All right, today we're breaking down a basketball game that had absolutely everything. A playoff spot hanging in the balance, a truly historic performance by two players, and a finish that literally came down to one single shot that defined a season. Let's get into how Phantom and Vinyl gave us an instant classic.
So that was it, the final call, the shot that decided everything. But to really get the weight of that one moment, you gotta understand how we got there. This wasn't just any game, okay? This was a roller coaster of momentum swings, clashing superstars, and just unbelievable pressure.
I mean, the stakes here, they could not have been higher. For Phantom, it was simple. Win, and you're in the postseason. That's it. Meanwhile, you've got their opponent, Vinyl, who are in the middle of a big adjustment, trying to fit in a brand new player, Aaliyah Rivers, who they just got in a major trade.
And you just knew this game was going to come down to its stars. For Phantom, it was all about that dominant inside-out threat of Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Plum. And for Vinyl, the focus was on their go-to scorer, Ryan Howard. And of course, how their new defensive weapon, Aaliyah Rivers, would shake things up.
So, right from the jump, Phantom went to their biggest strength. Aaliyah Boston just completely established herself in the paint, scoring your team's first 6 points and really setting a physical tone. They built a small but, solid lead, and they looked pretty comfortable and in control early on.
But just when you thought Phantom might be settling in to run away with it, the second quarter happened. The entire momentum of the game just flipped on its head as Vinyl absolutely exploded and took complete control. And you can see that shift plain as day right here. After a pretty tight first quarter, Vinyl just unleashed this offensive storm, dropping an incredible 30 points in the second. It was like a tidal wave of scoring that Phantom had no answer for. And look, this wasn't just a good quarter. This was Vinyl's best offensive quarter of their entire season. A huge part of that, Ryan Howard, who'd been kind of struggling with her shot, suddenly found her groove and just looked unstoppable out there.
And here is the immediate impact of their new player, Aaliyah Rivers. This one single play tells you the whole story. It starts with this huge block on defense. Then, she's immediately sprinting down the floor in transition. And to top it all off, she scores. The commentators absolutely nailed it. Welcome to Vinyl.
So at halftime, even with an unbelievable 22 points from Aaliyah Boston, Vinyl's huge second quarter gave them a 6-point lead. The question for everybody watching was, how in the world was Phantom going to respond?
Well, the answer came in the second half, and it came from just two players. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Plum basically decided to take the game into their own hands, putting on one of the most dominant two-player shows you will ever see. Aaliyah Boston was just a force of nature. She was unstoppable on both ends of the floor, finishing with 33 points, a new career high for her in a pro game. She owned the paint. And her running mate, Kelsey Plum, was right there with her, matching that intensity every step of the way. She poured in 30 points of her own, hitting tough shot after tough shot to fuel this comeback. And get this, together, Boston and Plum scored 63 of their team's 76 total points. That is an insane 83% of their entire offense. It's an incredible show of force, for sure. But it also just shows you how much Phantom needed them to stay alive. They didn't just contribute to the comeback, they were the comeback. So all that effort, it claws Phantom all the way back, setting up this wild finish. The game went into the unrivaled target score ending. Now what that means is the clock gets turned off, a target score is set, in this case 76, and the first team to hit it wins. Every single possession was just dripping with pressure.
The final moments were pure chaos. First, a massive basket by Ryan Howard gets called back for a travel, but it's challenged and overturned. The basket counts. Then, after some tactical fouling, Ryan Howard gets another clean look to be the hero, but she misses the potential game winner. And that miss set the stage for one final play.
And this quote from the broadcast really captures the tension of that overturned call. It was a play that looked a little strange, kind of like a slow Euro step, but the refs got it right and the bucket counted. That successful challenge added 2 huge points for Vinyl and just cranked up the drama even more. So here we are. This is the moment. The game is tied. The next basket wins it all and sends a team to the playoffs. You've got 2 superstars who have carried you all night. Who do you give the ball to for the final season-defining shot? The ball went to Kelsey Plum. She used that incredible footwork of hers, a signature shot fake and a quick pivot, to create just enough daylight, and she laid it in for the win.
It was her 4th game-winning shot of the season, the most of any player in the entire league. Just clutch.
So, what's the big takeaway from this amazing game? Well, this one win had some major implications for both of these teams, and man, did it showcase some historic performances.
So let's just quickly recap what this one game means. First and foremost, Phantom is officially going to the playoffs. They punched their ticket, and they did it on the back of Aaliyah Boston, who put up that career-best 33. The whole thing really solidified the Boston Plum duo as maybe the most dangerous pair in the league. And hey, even in a brutal loss, Vinyl showed some incredible fight. After the game, Aaliyah Boston boiled all their success down to something really simple: chemistry. She said the team is just having fun and playing for each other. And you can see that joy, that togetherness, is turning into these unbelievable performances on the court. And that's what it all comes down to, right? It leaves us with this one big question. After a win like this, and with their 2 stars playing maybe the best basketball of their careers, you really have to wonder, are Phantom not just a playoff team, but are they now the team to beat for the whole championship? Their playoff run is going to be fascinating to watch.